You queued up a Sora project last week and got a login screen that no longer works. Grok Imagine is live right now, and that single fact changes the entire comparison. Grok Imagine is built for scale and API volume. Sora was built for premium quality, and only one of them you can actually ship with today. Test 1, output quality. A bad quality score on a 47 task benchmark costs you real rework time. You render 20 clips, half of them have logic errors or weird physics, and you're back to square one. The number on screen right now, 8.89 out of 10, is the only verified quality figure either of these tools has ever put out. I looked at the Goldie bench results across 47 fixed tasks, and Grok Imagine scored 8.09 out of 10. Sora, I couldn't find a comparable published figure, so the scorecard on the right stays blank. On top of that, community reports put Grok Imagine ahead on logic consistency by plus 31.7 versus Sora 2 Pro, which is pretty interesting given how much hype Sora built up around output quality. Grok Imagine takes output quality, and I didn't expect the margin to be this clean. A tool that scores 8.09 on a fixed benchmark and leads on logic consistency is saving you rework hours every single week, and that puts Grok Imagine up 1-0. I've spent enough hours inside these tools to know where the quality gaps actually bite you in production. Drop a comment below if a missing benchmark score has ever killed your tool decision. Test 2, generation speed. 20 cents a clip sounds fine until you're sitting there waiting several minutes per render, and your iteration loop is completely dead. At 20 clips a day, that wait time is the difference between shipping on Friday and pushing to next week, and the number that matters here is 25 seconds per 6-second clip versus several minutes. Watch what happens when you run the same 6-second clip through both. Grok Imagine v1.5 comes back in about 25 seconds. Sora, based on community reports, takes several minutes per clip, and that's the community being generous. Grok Imagine also generates still images in 5 to 10 seconds, which Sora never even supported, so the speed gap is real and it compounds fast at volume. Grok Imagine wins generation speed, and the ROI case is pretty clear. Faster iteration means fewer wasted credits and more shipped work per dollar. That's 2 for Grok Imagine, 0 for Sora, and the cost picture is about to make that gap look even bigger. One of the biggest problems I run into when using AI agents is turning their output into YouTube content I can actually use to market my product. That's why this video is sponsored by Subscriber, a tool that helps business owners connect their AI agents to YouTube and market their products without spending 10 hours every week creating content. You can connect Claude or ChatGPT directly to Subscriber. It then analyzes your business, website, and YouTube channel to help you create SEO-optimized video ideas, scripts, thumbnails, and even complete videos that actually match your brand. What I like most is that every week, Subscriber gives me a list of high-potential video ideas I can immediately execute, and it can even help edit videos for me, with or without my face, including videos like the one you're watching right now. It's easy to get started, and you can try Subscriber for free using the link in the description below. Now back to the video. Test 3, pricing and credits. A $200 monthly Pro subscription is a real budget line, and if the tool gets discontinued 6 months in, you've been paying premium pricing for something you can no longer use. So the question is what transparent, scale-friendly API pricing actually looks like, and whether a per-second meter changes your unit economics versus a flat subscription. So I dug into the pricing on both sides. Grok Imagine runs 5 cents per second on V1 and 8 cents per second on V1.5 with a $30 per month Super Grok subscription on top. Sora was $20 per month on Plus and $200 per month on Pro, and there was never a public API price at all. So one tool gives you a per second meter you can actually plan around and the other one doesn't. Grok Imagine takes pricing, and framed as ROI, a transparent per second API is way more predictable than a flat subscription with no API access at all. That's 3 for Grok Imagine, still 0 for Sora. Okay, so the numbers are looking pretty one-sided, but style control and platform availability are still on the table, and one of those tests could actually change the answer for a specific type of creator. If your workflow depends on feeding a reference image into the generator to lock down a visual style, the next test is the one you need to watch. Test 4, style control and consistency. You're producing a 10-clip series and your character looks completely different in clip 3 than in clip 1. No style presets, no fine-grained controls, and you're back to rewriting prompts from scratch trying to get it back. That's the failure mode here, and neither tool has solved the fine control problem, but one of them at least has image to video to anchor your style. I ran this one twice because the gap is narrower than the other tests. Neither tool has style presets or fine-grained controls, so you're working with natural language prompts on both sides, but Sora supports image to video generation, which Grok Imagine does not, and community reports flag inconsistent character retention as a real issue, in Grok Imagine specifically. The caveat here is that Sora is discontinued, so you can't actually use its image to video feature today, which makes this win kind of a theoretical one. But if a future tool brings image to video back, that capability is genuinely worth something, and Grok Imagine's character consistency issues are a real limitation you'll hit on multi-clip projects. Sora takes style control on the strength of image to video support, even though you can't use it right now. That puts the score at 3 for Grok Imagine, 1 for Sora, and the final test is the one that decides whether any of this even matters in practice. Test 5, Platform Availability. You build your entire video pipeline around a tool, you write the prompts, you tune the workflow, and then it just gets shut down. That's not a hypothetical here. One of these tools was discontinued in 2026, and the web app, the API, the ChatGPT integration, all of it is gone. The other one is live on X with a public API right now. Grok Imagine is active on X and has a public API with documented pricing. Sora was shut down in 2026, which means no web app, no API, no new projects, and the ChatGPT integration is gone too. I went through both sets of docs, and Grok Imagine's API first design is clearly built for automation at scale, while Sora's infrastructure just isn't there anymore. Grok Imagine wins availability, and this is the one that overrides everything else. That puts the final score at 4-1, and the ROI case is simple. A tool you can't access has zero return on investment, no matter how good the quality reputation was. Alright, so the only tool here you can actually open right now is Grok Imagine. It scored 8.09 out of 10 on Goldie Bench across 47 tasks, generates a 6-second clip in about 25 seconds, and its API is priced at 5 to 8 cents per second with a $30 per month subscription. It's built for volume, and it's actively developed. Sora had real advantages when it was live. Image to video generation for style anchoring, 1080p max resolution on the Pro tier versus Grok Imagine's 720p cap, and a strong reputation for vocal expressiveness and rare accent handling. None of that is accessible today, but those were genuine differentiators. If you need to generate video today, Grok Imagine is the only answer. Sora is gone, and no quality reputation survives a shutdown. One thing the docs don't spell out, Grok Imagine has heavy content moderation baked in by default, and it's not a toggle you can switch off. Creative projects that push any boundary at all will hit the filter before you get a render, and there's no documented override, so if your use case runs anywhere near that edge, budget for prompt rewrites. Now, if you want to see how Grok Imagine stacks up against a tool that's actually still competing on style and speed, I ran the same kind of breakdown in Grok Imagine versus Kling, which is better, and the results there are a lot closer than you'd expect. That one's worth watching right after this.